Quickly take you straight to the sport kick segment of the program. And of course, before we do that, at this point in time, I'm being joined by MARO11. He's here with me in the studio. MARO, a very good day to you. So nice to have you around once more.
It's a pleasure, Mr.
How's the MARO11 football championship going? Yesterday we learned something happened. Something very, very funny happened.
Yes.
What happened?
I think it's more like a miscommunication.
Okay, breakdown communication.
Yeah, breakdown communication between the organizers of the competition and the coach of the home team there. So and also we observe most of the students actually they're skipping classes for the competition, which is not good.
So is the competition still on because of that?
No, for now we place the competition on hold because we observe the students are skipping classes. They actually don't go to school. They wait for the exact time for the competition and they come play. So we came to the conclusion that we should hold on until after they're done with their exams and we can continue from there. So all matches being played are valid. Every other thing is on hold pending when the students finish their exams.
Okay, so when the students finish their exams, the competition will get, the action will resume in the next once more. Okay, well, we're wishing all the young boys taking part, the other 16 players taking part in this particular one, all the best. Let's talk about one of the big events that we are preparing for tomorrow. The Super Falcons of Nigeria will be in action against the Zambian national team. The other day, the Zambian national team defeated former African champions Equatorial Guinea by 5 goals to nothing. Now, if you follow us on television, we want to give you the opportunity of seeing the highlights of this game once more. Let us quickly see the highlights. When we come back, we'll talk about this, the next game for the Super Falcons of Nigeria against Zambia. So that's all that transpired on Sunday evening in Cape Coast, Ghana, where the Equatorial Guinea were pushed to the edge of the sword by the Zambian national team. After that game, the Zambians were talking tough. They were sending warning signals to the Nigerian women's national team, the Falcons, that they should get set for their own turn to receive the baptism of fire. Zambia, they are a young side, playing a highly experienced team like Nigeria. What should we expect?
I think they're trying to intimidate the Super Falcons because they already know the first game wasn't very good for the Super Falcons. But yeah, it wasn't very good. That wasn't what the Super Falcons. They are known to be a very fast team, a young side with the reigning African champion on their side. But we didn't get the result that they intended to get. So I feel the Zambians, they want to intimidate the Super Falcons, but I believe the Super Falcons will come out this time. They will come out with full force. All
right, the Super Falcons have settled down for business as far as the next game is concerned. That's the game against Zambia tomorrow afternoon by 3:30. The Falcons yesterday, they had a training session at the stadium, and of course, they are saying they are sorry for that defeat that they suffered in the hands of the South Africans. I'm talking about the Bayana. At this point, let's hear from the deputy skipper of the side, Onome AB. Thereafter, we hear from Osinachi Ohali and the man who is saddled with the responsibility of leading the Falcons to glory, talking about Thomas Tenebe.
First, I want to say to Nigerians, we're very sorry for the loss yesterday, and the players are down. They were down, but now I think we've motivated ourselves, we've spoken to ourselves, and we know the
perception that most of your players have won their outcome 2-3 weeks, and they think there was no motivation playing and not going to take more.
I don't want to say, because I've won I've been in World Cup for.
Okay, we heard from Onomebi and Osinachi Ohali, an experienced defender. Two of them are fat. They are experienced defenders with the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Now they are saying they are sorry, we are done, but we are not out of the tournament. We are not leaving here without the trophy. From the body language, you think these players actually exemplify what they are saying?
If they are patriotic Nigerians, from their body language, you know that they feel the pains of Nigerians. Because Nigerians actually left businesses, they actually left churches, some left the mosque to come and watch them. You can see that they are really sorry, and I believe in the next game they will come out with full force to prove that yes, they are Super Falcons of Nigerians, and they will come out to win that game against Zambia.
Don't you think? Let's look at the attacking line of the Super Falcons. We had an Aziza Toshala that was doing so well in the Chinese Super League. Yes, she was struggling. Is it a change of weather or change of region or so that is affecting her in this particular game here?
I always say so. The league the player is playing affects the form of the player. The Chinese league is not known as a very strong league. No disrespect to the Chinese league and the Chinese people anyway. But their league is not that enforced in world football, not in female football. So I think she won the best player in the Chinese league recently. I tell the Yes. But coming out to play in the African Women Cup of Nations, she's going to meet a stronger opposition, stronger force, faster players, better players than what she faces in the Chinese league all year round. So I think in the first match that may affect her form, but as a professional she'll be able to observe that yes, where I am commissioner playing is different from the one I've been playing recently, and she can come out and deliver. She does that every time.
Okay, wishing Azizat Oshoala all the best and wishing all the other players all the best. I just hope this time around Denebi will give us Chiwendu Ihezu, who happened to be Nigeria's only player playing in the Champions League in Europe this season. Nigeria's only player playing in the Champions League in Europe was kept on the bench in the first game. If you have a player of that kind of quality, why keep her on the bench?
Sometimes coaches work with big names. They want the Osholas to play, they want the Operanasi to play. Without actually, it's possible the coach coaches sometimes don't follow a particular league. You know, the Champions League is the biggest league in world football apart from the World Cup. So I think the coach is a professional, he knows what he's doing, and some players don't really need to start 5 minutes and change everything. So I think she will get a slot in the next game.
Okay, let's see. We'll watch out for that, the inclusion of Chiwendu in the next game. Okay, as we speak, the Eagles, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, are celebrating their qualification for the 2019 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon with a mouth-watering friendly clash against the Cranes of Uganda in Asaba. I can tell you, this is the game on Saturday. We saw this game on Saturday. Nigeria Super Eagles here forcing, or rather the Eagles were forced by the host, talking about South Africa, to a 1-0 draw. But today the Asaba Stadium is wearing a new look. If you look at the playing surface, everything is set for the game. This is the Eagles. Yesterday they had a feel of the playing surface. Yesterday they trained, as a matter of fact, after the commissioning ceremony of the stadium officially by former Nigerian President General Olusegun Obasanjo. We'll see a video clip of that a little bit later. And of course, the Eagles just had a feel, had a light walk around the stadium to get set for this particular game. But before we talk about this game, let's just quickly hear what OBJ said on this particular occasion. Okay, on that particular occasion, President Obasanjo was saying that the stadium will boost economic activities in Asaba. And today we're having, by far, the first international football game at this beautiful venue. Economically looking at it, what do you think the siting of the stadium in Asaba will bring to the city of Asaba itself?
It's a welcome development. You know, football has a way of bringing people together. It happened the same year the Oyo Stadium was commissioned and opened. We observed an influx of people coming in, both internationally. They want to see the stadium, they want to see the nest. It was a must sight. You must want to see that stadium. I think Asaba being renovated and being reconstructed is a very nice development, both for the national football and also state football.
All right, yes, Maro, you've spoken well on this issue. I just hope that the authorities will do the needful, that is maintaining. Maintenance is our biggest problem in Nigeria.
Actually, this year.
Yes, because recently you talked about the nest of champions. Recently, at the turn of this year, at some point, the playing surface was not as natural as this one we are seeing in Asaba right now.
Yes.
I can tell you authoritatively that after the general elections next year, if you visit the stadium 2 or 3 months after, you will see that the stadium will not be looking like this. Take my word, it might happen. So we just hope that the authority will do the needful in this regard. We don't want a situation whereby some big Christian organizations will be coming here to hold their events that are not sports related per se. Well, let's see. We just hope that they are listening to us right now. But the last time Nigeria played the crates of Uganda was in 2015, and on that occasion, that game was used to mark Vincent Eyama's 100 capped for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And it was one of the first official games that was played at the Next of Champions. We lost that game by a lone goal. I just hope history will not repeat itself here, because we are competing on that stadium and we are using the same game to test run the stadium. Will history repeat itself here tonight?
No, I don't think so. This is a different squad, they get different time, and we have passionate players. We have players that want to represent the country. I believe in them.
Okay, we have players that want to represent the country. We believe in them, definitely. Okay, but MARO11, thank you so much for stopping by. That will be the size of Sports Voice. Tomorrow when we return, we'll return with the midweek edition of the program. Definitely to return with a bang. My name is Jaro Kujeri. Have a lovely day.